de eso, pero en español. ¿Qué podría escuchar yo? Yo solo escucho a Facundo Cabral.
Alright, quick question. We were watching a video of Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's saying like he's taking very seriously the good comments and the good stories that happen. Basically, when people give you compliments, right? Thank you, you changed my life, and he take it very seriously and it's very important for him. So, but at the same time, I have been listening this same guy and listening other people saying like, if you take compliments emotionally, you should take also the critics, you know. So I have this kind of um, I'm kind of struggling a little bit of what is the way, right? So because if you're open to take like the good thoughts and the good critics and the good compliments to you, you should be able to do that the same when people doesn't like your work and they tell you like I'm the work you are doing this and I don't like it. I'm thinking this is shit. I think you should work and you should change and blah blah blah. What is the way? We should take both. We should take none, or there's some kind of secret formula in between.
I think both, right? And I believe the best answer to that is just Gary's answer. He says that the secret to everything is pulling from opposite directions. So the example that he gives is I don't give a shit about what you guys said, and I give all shit about what you guys say. So he is paying attention about everything that people is saying, but he doesn't care. He doesn't get emotional about it. He's really, he puts reasons like I don't know how to say it, but it's not emotion. It's how do you say it? Like reasonable. It's all rational. I mean, he cares about what you say and why and what is the place that you are saying it from, but he doesn't care inside emotionally. So he always because he's confident about who he is. He's very self-aware. So if you are self-aware about who you are in a place where you can hear other people's opinion and you can listen what is true about you and what is your weakness, what is your strength, and you can hear from a position when you are calm, when you listen to the good and bad stuff, and maybe you are capable of differentiate what's good and bad opinion. So maybe it's a very reasonable critic, and you take it because you know yourself. You know you are lacking that unique characteristic. But if there is a critic that is coming from a bad place, you're self-aware. You don't care about that. So,
but you still listen it. You still
yes.
like, yeah. I guess like first of all, even before, like be open to listen what the others are saying to you, because there is another school that say don't care about what the other people is saying about you. Well, care about it, you know, and be grateful. But being grateful is not being emotional. Is being emotional is not being emotional.
I think what we are trying to get away from is being emotional reactive. I think you should always be grateful for everything, you know, even for people listening to you, even for people who doesn't agree with you, but is talking to you about something about you. For example, people hear you and they tell you a critic. You should always be grateful about that. The thing is that you shouldn't overreact emotionally.
I got it.
So you should listen, you should know who you are, and you should take the critic or not. Maybe if it's coming from a good or bad place.
Take what serves you and let go what doesn't serve you. And let go what doesn't serve you. And most of the cases is when people tell you things that are not coming from a loving place and loving and kinding place. It's just because maybe they are emotionally reacting towards your work. Maybe they are projecting their own darkness in your stuff, and when you feel that, when you see that, I mean, listen that, love, compassion, okay, thank you, I listen you, but this doesn't serve me now. So I'm able to let go, I'm able to keep my santosha, who we say in yoga, my contentment, and that is connected with gratitude as well.
Yes, and just to add something, and there are always people who doesn't, I don't know how to say this, but who are out of this like suggestion of us, because for example there's people like Seth Godin. He's a very big marketing writer, and he's an amazing guy, like very famous and popular. And the guy doesn't read any comments. The guy has a blog, and he doesn't use social media and stuff like that, because he's very focused. He is self-awareness. That's the key. He's self-aware that all everything that makes him happy and fulfilled is to create stuff, to create content that may serve others. So he doesn't care about what people think about his stuff.
And fair enough.
Fair enough, right? So he just care about the content he's creating. He's all day working about principles and ideas that may serve others. So the only thing that makes him fulfill is put it out there. So that's all he does, you know. So you gotta really know who you are, and what makes you happy, really fulfill. Maybe from most of us, from most of the beginners who are starting to putting content in the social media and Facebook, Instagram, whatever. It's very useful to read comments, because it's like a feedback loop, where you can read, you can improve, you can get better, but always, you know, as we talk with this emotional piece, you know, so being willing to get what you to implement what you consider important, and put away what you don't.
Basically, when in this world that everything is connected, whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you share, like eventually this video we will see is so open to comments, is so open to critics. So I think read them, and being aware of them is like a double-edged sword, right? It's like, if you cannot handle it well, can, like, I mean, mess up your career eventually. Eventually, if you are not like confident enough, and you are like just listening and follow them, and really believing in all of them, and you can go mad, and eventually can not really support you in what you're trying to do. So basically, I guess we need to surrender to that, accept, but not reacting over emotionally, and really, as you say, being self-aware, being what works for you. Eventually, as Seth Godin, doesn't work for you. It's not your way. It's just not your style. Like, some people play basketball, some people just play chess, you know, and fair enough. What you want, what is your way, what is your path, what your style, commit to it and go for it full power.
That's it.
Yeah. Bye bye.